Murdoch, I'm coming to get you.
Remember, Sally, when I promised to kill you last? I lied.
Get off my plane.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
John, I'm not gonna shoot you between the eyes. I'm gonna shoot you between the balls.
The disease, and I'm the cure.
I'm gonna take you to the bank, Senator Trent.
There can be only one.
Dead or alive, you are coming with me.
Yippee-ki-yay. I'm going to kill them all, sir.
Good evening and welcome to Give Me Back My Action Movies. My name is Pete. Welcome back, everyone. It is part 2 of my birthday month. Sadly, Nate couldn't be with us, but we do have my other two favorite people. Charlie is with us. How you doing, Charlie?
I'm here, man. I'm good. Let's do
You
this.
sound very subdued. Maybe it's
It's
the
like-
movie I picked.
Nah, it's just
Okay,
a Monday.
Just Monday. All right.
Yeah.
And my bestie, soon to be conspirator. Anna, how you doing?
Hello, I'm happy to be back, guys. And what a pick this evening, Pete.
Yeah. So I've been sitting on this one, and it's not like this isn't a weird movie at all whatsoever. Well, hold on. It's not a Pete weird movie, okay? How about that? All right.
Yeah.
I had to clarify it. But this is the original 2003 Park Chan-wook masterpiece. This one's called Oldboy, and it should be called Oh Boy, because holy shit, there's this is we'll talk about the body count later, but for the small amount of body count, this is an extreme film from top to bottom. It is a tough watch. It's not something to be taken lightly. You don't go into this movie going, "Oh, this will be fun." Oh, friends, no. This is one of those movies that's going to make you feel bad, really, really bad, and question your sanity. And it's kind of like Clockwork Orange. Like, you don't watch Clockwork Orange because you're like, man, I haven't seen this in a while. I'm gonna put this in. It's going to be a good time. Get me the popcorn out. It's a feel good fun. No, ladies and gentlemen. Oldboy is a masterpiece. You could, psychological horror, action. It does skirt a few lines as far as the particular genre. I picked
a lot of genres.
I picked this specifically for action because it has a lot of action in it, and a lot of real action. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. That I really, really enjoy. But before we really dive into this film, Charlie, is there a trailer?
Pete, it just wouldn't be a Pete month without
Okay, all right.
no
I-
English dub trailer
That's
unless
a little surprising that like this won all sorts of awards on the international film circuit. There you might have, and there's even on the Tartan DVD, there's an English track that I didn't see streaming anywhere. And
no.
if you can get a hold of the
Yeah, I
Tartan,
didn't see one.
they've got an extended cut of the fight scene, the hallway fight scene.
No, I'd watch that.
Yeah,
That's what I'd want to watch.
There's some really cool extras on the DVD, and it's an older DVD. It's not the has Criterion come out with this? I don't think Criterion's come out with this one yet, which is shocker. But
give it time.
Tartan does some really good work. I'm not even sure if they're in business anymore, but I've got quite a few Asian.
We're just now getting John Woo movies on 4K, man.
You've got a good point.
We'll give them some time to get them to us. No trailer. I really thought about messing with you and just playing the remake with Josh Brolin in it.
That would have been fair and funny.
Yeah. So I'm just going to put all the pressure on Anna. Maybe she'll play it for our YouTube watchers. We'll see what happens, but that's totally up to her. I promise not to reference it ever again in the episode. She don't have to edit that out in case she doesn't, because Anna might play a trailer. I
We'll
don't
see
know
how I feel when it
See,
happens.
right, right.
how the day goes for editing, which this past week has sucked.
And it's also like, do I want to fuck with YouTube or do I just want us to be free with just us? You know,
That's fair.
You're not going to hurt my feelings. It's fair.
People
it's a Pete
expect
pick.
it at this point. Anna, just throw up the movie poster on YouTube real quick. Just poof, there's the movie
Boing.
poster. There it goes. But no trailer. So
No
we can jump
trailer.
right
So we'll just jump right into this stuff. Let's talk about our first experiences with it. Anna, I think this is your first, is it not?
It is indeed. I've heard about this movie for
Mm-hmm.
years, and I've kind of knew a little bit about it, just the basic premise. All I knew was it was a revenge story of some sort. I knew
that makes me
nothing
so
else.
happy that you didn't know anything about it, because there is
I knew
that
nothing.
twist. There's that sleepaway camp sort of twist toward the end that is legit shocker,
Yes.
and jaws will hit the ground if you don't know anything about it.
Yeah, and mine did.
so
Mine did.
I'm so that makes me so happy. How
I
about you, Charlie?
I was messaging
I know.
you.
I know it was great. I love him. Like, this is wonderful. Charlie, what kind of history do you have with Oldboy?
I'd seen this before.
Mm-hmm.
Not too long ago, but like pre-COVID. I don't remember when exactly. I saw a clip on one of those most shocking movie moments type thing, and I saw the scene where he cut his tongue.
Mhm.
And I went, that looks interesting. And for some reason, I don't think I actually like physically rented this, but I found it. It was streaming at one point. It's not streaming right now, but it
No.
usually is. Like Tubi has had this for a while.
You can
watched
rent it streaming, but it's not.
Yeah,
free
I got it.
anywhere.
I
that
got it
could
through
find.
Prime, but not
It's on
quotation
Canopy.
free.
If you have a library card and a large metropolitan library, you can get it for free on Canopy with
Mine
a
is.
library card.
And your soul and your firstborn child. And
I don't have any kids, so they can have that kid.
That's why. See, you would have kids, but he sacrifices that.
They
firstborn.
hypnotized me, took my firstborn so
Yeah.
that I could use the library.
So I watched this a few years ago. Was not huge on Korean movies at that point, so I was just kind of like, not bad, shocking. Knowing the big thing with the tongue, had no idea the other shit that was going to witness in this movie.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
Going, but to your delight and to her despair, this was a first time watch for Jackie last night.
I'm
and
sorry, Jackie.
Oh, dear.
How'd she fare?
Not good.
Not good.
Yeah, I can see why. Yeah, it's
not good. There was a fairly comical thing that happened last night that was funny as we get going, but she had no idea, except when I started the movie and the neon studio popped up, their logo, and she goes, "Oh, it's a neon movie." And I went,
Yeah.
sure is.
I was like, I've seen it before, but I'm not saying a word. Let's just ride this ride.
Jackie, my deepest apologies. This is a strong recommend from me if you have a strong stomach. Because if this movie is not for everyone. And frankly, with my history, this was not for me the first time I watched it. I got to the sushi part, when he got out after 15 years and goes to the sushi bar to meet we'll talk about that in a bit. Folks, please go watch this movie first before you listen to this.
Spoiler warning.
Spoiler. Please, I urge you,
Spoiler.
if you like revenge movies, this is one of the greatest. It is a horror action masterpiece. It's beautifully shot, beautifully. Go watch this before you listen.
It's also
to this.
22 years old.
It's also 22 years old. But if you needed some encouragement, this is my encouragement. You don't want to hear. You don't want this to be given away to you. The ending.
There you go.
So anyway, when they're at the sushi, and he eats that octopus, that live octopus, which is a thing in Korea. That is a delicacy in Korea. Usually, the octopus is cut up first, but that wiggling is something that is desirable over there. If animal cruelty is not on your plate, this movie might not be for you. But that's the very first time I watched it, full stop. I turned it off and I walked away from it. And I think I picked it up another year later because it was just it was too much for me. I could not handle it.
Jackie's watching that scene. I know it's coming up. And I
Mhm.
look over at her and she's like, oh. And I went, it's real. Oh,
Mhm.
no. Like she couldn't watch once I told her it was real.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
he's actually eating a live octopus. Something
and
like
it's fighting him.
They did like 9 takes.
Yeah,
I
they're
think
really.
Oh god.
Yeah, that
I-
wasn't the only.
no, that wasn't a one time and
Octopi.
go.
Mm.
Yeah. But yeah, she did not she will watch doctor shows and documentaries and all this bullshit, but if that type of grossness on there or someone throwing up, she is
Oh!
out. She can't handle it.
Kathleen is also a sympathetic puker, so
Yeah,
don't
she-
ever vomit feces. No, that's not for
Yeah.
Kathleen. So if
Jackie's
you ever really
the-
want to bug the shit out of her, send her.
the ooey gooeys,
Yeah, that's not-
that aren't the blob ooey gooeys. She
Right.
is not here for.
But
I
I get it.
I got a good chuckle out of that because I was like, "You think this is fake, don't you?" I'm
Yeah.
about to ruin your
There's
night.
there's a tiny bit of CG in this, but it's more to clean some things up.
Mhm.
Everything in this is practical outside of that. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, I put the movie down for about a year, and I finally got the courage up, literally, to watch it again. And I was prepared for this scene, and of course, just like you, Anna, and you, Charlie, as the movie went on, it completely fooled me. And when that ending hits, when that reveal hits, on the floor, jaw wide open, screaming at the TV. It's like, you got to be kidding me. No fucking way. And yeah, sure enough, that's what it was.
And to be fair, there's 2 reveals that
Mm.
are holy shit.
Mhm.
At the end once you
Yeah.
find out why, and then
Oh, it's
the repercussion of why, and you're like,
Yeah.
the fuck is going on? Like, it's
And-
this was one I was
yeah.
not in a hurry to rewatch. I saw it; it was a good movie, and went, well, that I've seen it now.
Yeah.
I don't need to, be curious about it anymore. Pete picks it, and I go, fuck, okay.
yeah. Well,
At least I know
Again-
what's getting ready to happen.
yeah. I liken it to Clockwork Orange. I'm really glad I saw it, but I don't know if I'm going to watch it anytime
Yeah.
soon. It's not a-
Clockwork Orange gets a little bit more violent than this one does as far as its, what it does later in the
Yeah.
movie.
yeah,
This one is just graphic
pretty
in
pretty
how
graphic.
it depicts it. You know what I mean? Like it makes it, the scenes we're going to talk about are drawn out. And
Yeah.
you're just like watching it the second time. Look, let's pull the Band-Aid off right now. Our old boy, he fucks his daughter. That's the big thing that he's tricked into doing. He doesn't know it.
It's
But-
yeah, it is a trick. It
is a trick.
He's
But-
yeah, go ahead.
Watching this the second time, knowing that
Mhm.
made that scene even more uncomfortable to
Yeah.
watch. Because the first time you're like, good for you. All right. She's pretty good looking.
She's
okay.
a cute. She's and completely not age appropriate outside of
No.
the fact that yes, that is his daughter's age.
But
She's-
she also throws out some lines while it's going on
she
that
sure
I'm
does.
just like, oh my God, this is so cringe. And then when you go back and think about them after it's even worse. You're
Watching
like,
it, and I knew I'm
Yeah.
with you, Anna. I'm just like, oh my God, this is like they set it up for a second watch. The funniest fucking thing of last night, other than the octopus, she's watching the sex scene going on between the two of them. She goes, they're making her look like a kid. I had to I just like, don't look at me. Don't, because I don't
Don't
want to
look at
spoil
me.
it.
I can't
Yeah.
do it. I can't do it. Nope,
I can't.
nope,
I just.
nope,
I
nope.
didn't even.
I
I
go to the
didn't
bathroom.
even acknowledge what she said because I was just like, I don't. Nope. She needs to be shocked. She needs to be shocked. But
Yeah.
the fact she goes, it made her look like a kid. I'm like, oh, you have no fucking idea what's
Yeah.
about to be.
'cause she still is pretty much a kid for the most part.
I'm trying. I did quick math in my head to where she was barely like 18.
Yeah, that's why it was
So-
15 years because
Mhm.
it was 3 when he went away and he did 15 on purpose.
yeah,
so
there were-
she would at least be legal.
There were two. The 15 years covers two things. It covers her being of age to have
Yeah.
consensual relationships with an older person.
Much older person.
And 2 was the statute of limitation for murder in Korea at the time.
Yes, because they do.
Because he was framed for murdering his wife while he's been imprisoned. And if we just want it this is a drunkard, he's tossed in a hotel room for literally 15 years, being fed dumplings under the door. No idea why he's imprisoned, and then out of nowhere he's released.
And this prison is a apartment.
It's a hotel apartment. Yeah, it's got a bathroom and a kitchenette, and it doesn't have a kitchenette. It's like 2 beds or 1 bed and
one
a
bed, a bathroom, and the television, and
Yeah.
a fake window with a fake exterior to it. There was something else, having seen this movie and watching it a second time, right at the beginning when he gets released from the police because he's a drunkard and all this stuff. He's on his phone with his daughter, calling her because it's her birthday. He goes, "Don't worry, honey. The next time I see you, I will be giving you a present." And I went,
Oh shit.
Yep.
I was just like, come on. Like, this was a totally different experience for me watching it the second time. You know what I mean? Like, it made it even, like, the first time shocking. Now I am like, oh my God.
It's subtle, but Park Chan-wook is telling you what has happened.
Yes.
Early on in the movie. He does it. Even when he meets his daughter again for the first time, she says, "Well, you look familiar." And they gloss right over it.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't know.
And I don't know. I can't remember at what point it happened, but as the movie progressed, the thought did cross my mind.
Did it?
Because I was like, why is this young girl like just so enamored with this man? Like, what is the deal? And then I was like, what if it's his daughter? And then I just kind of shoved it in the back of my head and just kept it.
That can't be it.
Yeah.
Well,
and then
they swerve you.
Yeah, maybe that's what happened.
Well, she goes, "I found your daughter's contact info. Do you want me to call her?"
Oh,
So he puts that in there to swerve your head to being like, "Oh, she offered to call the daughter." Not that the daughter the girl as the daughter dug any more into going, "Wait a minute,
that looks familiar."
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Oh my gosh. But yeah, then the end was, as it was revealed, I was like, no.
That's the best reaction. It's like, no. I had the same reaction he did when it was that revelation came up, because he starts screaming as a normal person would.
It's the most realistic reaction in this movie to a lot of wild shit going on. He's basically, so they've kept him in this room for 15 years with zero contact with anyone except for the guy that throws food under the door. And he can only see the guy's ankles. You know, it's like and the guy doesn't talk to him. Mm-hmm. So he's not talking to anyone. He has a television so that he keeps up to date on things. But he's basically going mad. In 15 years, because he even says, like, if I knew how long I was going to be in here, I could process it better. If I knew why I was in here, I could process this better. The not knowing drove him
15
mad.
years of solitary confinement.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he had a television I don't know if that was, it was at least something.
I think it's convenience for Park Chan-wook to be like, well, let's keep him up to date on what's going on in the world, the world is changing, but it also allows him to go, well, he's going to learn how to fight by watching TV, boxing matches, probably martial art movies. You know, it's that whole Demolition Man with Sandra Bullock. Where'd you learn how to do that? Jackie Chan movies?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's kind of how I kept saying how he learned how to fight. Even he's like, you know, I've taught myself all this shit. Let's see if it actually works.
See if it works.
And he starts fighting
for
people.
him.
Hell yeah.
I did love all these fight scenes of him fighting many goons in a row. He gets hit so often. Like, he's not
superhuman.
He's not superhuman. He is getting whacked.
Should I laugh in your face?
Cracked.
You said the name. I have to hit the button.
But every sound, you're watching a Korean film, you're watching an Asian film, and part of your racist brain is thinking, oh, psh, 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 psh.
Yes,
but it's not. It is this It is a real fist hitting skin.
Slab
And
of meat.
I just love the Foley so much because none of it all sounded so very, very real.
Yes.
None of it took me out like, that was a gong or something. Nope. It sounded like he was actually slapping flesh with his fists.
What I like most, since we're talking about it now, and number one, we're not going to walk through this movie. This movie's long, drawn out, but engaging. Like you can't look away. This movie is not boring in any point, but there's just a whole lot to go through. That's why it's just like locked up, learned how to fight, taught himself. Now we're out. These fights are some of my favorite because they felt real. The henchmen aren't martial arts masters.
Mm-mm.
It's grabbing what they can. It's this guy who is just pissed the fuck off. He's a madman. He doesn't care if he dies, but he just goes wild, feral on anyone.
Yeah, that's the best word. He's feral.
He is complete, and that's the look too.
He's
I think
fighting
they're
these
giving him.
guys with a knife sticking out of his back for a while.
Yeah.
That is my favorite.
Oh
thing
my God.
in that fight.
Every punch he's throwing has got to be causing him a tremendous pain,
Oh,
but he's still roundhousing every single one of those baddies.
Full adrenaline, swinging a hammer when he can. But my favorite part of that entire hallway fight is towards the end. Everyone's tired. Everyone that was beating on him's like hunched over, breathing heavy, like, fuck, this motherfucker did this to us. But it felt real, like he was actually jumped.
He was winded too. I mean, he was doubled over sucking wind.
I do love, because now that we have other movies I can make references, when he gets on the elevator with the other henchies in that fight, I just go back to Captain America, where I just want him to be standing there going, if anybody wants to get off, now's the time. And then that door opens and they all fall out with blood everywhere. That was in my head because I was like, oh yeah, the elevator. You're with Captain America there.
that's like, I love that part. So good.
But
That whole hallway scene was in Daredevil, first season of Daredevil. If you've seen that, that was a 2-minute one shot.
Yes.
Yeah,
And
one
it took
shot.
them like 7 days or something like that to choreograph
Choreograph.
to get the choreography down.
Yeah.
And yeah, like 7 days and 17 tries or something like that. My God.
And this is after watching him pull someone's teeth out.
The
The claw end of a hammer. Yeah. First off, as a carpenter, I'm going, not the first tool I would grab. But then I'm also going, how would you do that? Do you hook
Pretty
it on
effective.
there and twist and then kind of yank? I'm thinking that's the and the first one's worse because it's got a crack. I'm just messing with Pete at this moment. So you hook the first front tooth and you twist it, but it's got a crack against the other two to make room. Now the others are going to be a little bit easier. One, you got shot going on, but now you can move it away from the other tooth and twist as you get the root out. So that's kind of
Jesus Christ.
My butthole's puckered.
I have bugs crawling on me right now.
which also happens in this movie, and that's the CG they throw in here is these CG ants crawling all over him when he's hallucinating in the apartment, which now the CG definitely does not hold up. On
It's not great.
scene. It's not great. Just throw a couple of real ants on him. Fuck it. It'll be all right. I'd have been okay with that. But I also kind of wish, and this is just, again, watching it the second time, when he's in the apartment, they drug him to go to sleep. Every night they play an alarm, Valium gas pumps in there and he falls asleep. I would have loved for them to add an extra element to him where he has, where you can't fall asleep. I can't think of the word.
Insomnia.
Insomnia. Make him have insomnia while he's out free, because his body's so used to being regulated by a drug to fall asleep. Now it would just add to the madness to me. Like it would just be him now sleep deprived, going insane. Now when he gets knocked out, that's the moments he can be, asleep.
Restful.
But I was like, I know why they do the Valium thing. It's just about repetition. It's about making sure he goes to sleep while he's in the
and
apartment.
knocking him out real good so they can clean him up and give him a haircut, and because he attempts suicide a number of times, and every time he does that, they knock him out so they can wrap up his wrists. And
the nonchalantness of his voiceover, and then all of a sudden, boom, he's laying on the ground and they're dragging him out on like a shower curtain with blood on his wrists, and the carpet keeps getting redder and redder.
Yeah, they don't clean the stains up.
Never clean it up. But I also get that it's the convenience for the other Park Chan-wook's way of getting the people that are going to be like, that's a plot hole, no one would actually do that. He adds hypnotism into this, where he has been hypnotized to do certain things and to fall asleep and to be suggestive to things that happen throughout the world. And it's part of the big reveal on how this even happened, because the dart you have to throw for him to meet his daughter, for her to meet him, and to instantly be entangled in one another, basically fall in love, that's a 1 in a billion shot with a dart. So this has all been scripted from
the
all
beginning.
scripted
For years, for 15 years, it's been scripted. Longer, because it started when they were in high school.
They were planning
head
this.
baddie and Oldboy. I don't remember his name. Damn it!
I'm just gonna call him Oldboy.
Odesu.
This Oldboy. Odesu. That's right.
Odesu. But I'd also love every time he thinks he's alone or something from the people that kept him in prison pops up, like when he falls in the middle of the street and the main bad guy is the one that picks him up and puts him in a cab, or he passes out and he ends up in old girl's apartment, and just it adds a level of madness to where he never knows what he's experiencing is real or orchestrated. And that Park Chan-wook does really, really well with the madness of this. I will say I do wish it was a little bit more bloodier for me. That's the action fan of me. Like Pete said, we're sitting there, he sent me the kill count. I was already looking it up not long ago, and I went, it seems low. And I remembered the movie being violent as fuck.
Piles of bodies in every shot is what I remembered. Nope.
It is violent.
It's very violent.
But people don't die as easily as in an action movie. You don't hit someone on the head and they're dead. No, you hit a guy on the head and he comes back with a bandage on his head. You cut a fucking guy's arm off, he shows up later.
That hallway scene, you see some of those guys later on because they're wearing the same outfits.
All wearing with bandages and stuff. Yep. He doesn't kill a lot of people in this movie, and he doesn't even kill one of the main bad guys either at the end. So this movie isn't made to be an action movie. We're fitting it into the action movie because it's a Pete pick. It's your
claw
birthday.
Hammering it into.
You're claw hammering your way in here. But I never once went, are you sure? I went, let's do it.
I was excited because I'd never seen it, and I was like, okay, it's finally here. So the time is here. Let's do it.
Kind of the same for me, because I would never pick this. I mean, it just wouldn't be one that I would pick.
That makes me very happy. I like bringing the weird stuff to this show. I mean, it's so easy to pick Demolition Man and RoboCop.
And, this guy's not wearing underwear on his head, so I was all in 100% for this one.
We saw plenty of pretty boy butt, though.
There's plenty of pretty boy butt and panties still in this movie, but yeah.
My goodness, was he? Yeah.
Oldboy gets kind of ripped from that workout that he does himself in there.
Funny. In the remake,
loses his alcohol gut.
Yeah,
he does.
I did watch the remake this past week, and Josh Brolin, the first shot you see of him because he's playing this Odesu's part. The first time you see him with his shirt off, he's got a very unlike Josh Brolin beer belly. Like this thing is just hanging off of him. And by the end of his incarceration, he is Josh Brolin.
Yeah. Hello, Josh Brolin.
Yeah, pretty much.
The sickening part of that
we're not
is
talking Hugh Grant here. Not Hugh Grant. No. Fuck me.
He's a man. He's a man.
Wolverine. Fuck me.
Oh, Hugh
Jackman.
I know you go. Yeah.
He's not a huge jacked up man.
Yeah.
But he's definitely super smoking hot, Josh
Well,
Brolin.
what'll piss you off is that was just him eating burgers and fat for like 2 weeks to get a gut, and then he ripped it all off later, and Thanos snapped the fat away.
Yeah,
and it's
real
all
quick.
gone. I have seen the remake. Because I went, oh, I've seen that one. Let's see what the Americanized one is. It's not. It is and it isn't this movie. I know Spike Lee detests it because the studio. It's another one of those studios fucked with it type moments.
They pulled 40 minutes out of Spike Lee's final cut.
Even Josh Brolin's pissed off.
They both disown this movie, and
yeah,
I'm glad to have heard that after I watched the movie, because boy, I was like, man, you neutered this movie. There were some pretty good spots in there, but you pretty much neutered it. You had this enormous body count, and
yeah, because it was an hour and 45, and I watched it after this, and I was like, okay, it's 15 minutes shorter, and it did. It felt very fast, very rushed, and I don't feel like this one needed a remake. I don't at all.
It didn't. This was I think it's right around that time where they just felt like we had Ringu, and then we've got the Ring,
Grudge.
and then the Grudge, and then
stuff like that.
So that was I want to say, because what was it, 2013?
Yep, 10 years later.
It was 10 years after the
10 years
OG,
after.
yeah.
So it's right around that time where they go, well, it's and it's very Americanized.
Very.
Like we just talked about, all the guys in the original get owies when they get into a fight. Josh Brolin kills everyone.
Yeah, these guys, the violence is better. And I say that to say, even though it didn't need a remake, there were things in the remake that I did like. But
Agreed.
still, I don't think it was.
Elizabeth Olsen's great in it. I mean, I'll give her.
Yeah, I like her.
I think she did a really
Thanos
good
and Scarlet
job in
Witch.
What we got in the remake was a beautifully made movie. I think Spike Lee's got a great eye for the camera. I think Brolin and Olsen gave it their all. Even Sam Jackson played a great part. Played a great villain.
Him.
Well, and I liked it because I love the Charlton Copley character who plays the villain in it. As older, I'll watch anything that guy's in.
Oh yeah, I liked him.
The origin in the remake, while the OG is fucked up, they really tried to go, we're really gonna make it fucked up for the I'll give it a little bit of props for that, because I remember watching that going, you didn't have to go that hard.
They took it to a different level.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah.
It's that is a sickening opening, or whenever they do the reveal.
When they do that reveal.
When they do the reveal in that, where you're like, what? Like the other one was bad. This is worse. And it's just,
Josh Brolin's character really was more of a fucking asshole than Odesu was. Like, Odesu was just kind of telling his friend what he saw and he even told his friend, like, don't say anything. Keep your fucking mouth shut. And then he didn't.
I do say I wish there was one other thing in this, that they talk about how bad Odesu is in this movie, like, how much of a piece of shit he is. I don't see that. I saw him as a drunkard.
Yeah.
And then only talking about because whenever he goes, you know who I am, and he starts listing these names of what I'm guessing is people he is wrong.
Yeah, he had made a list in the hotel room,
and he's doing the journal.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, well, tell me what fucked up shit you did. Go ahead.
And there's also a moment too whenever he hears the news report on the TV about his wife being murdered. Like, it just like any news reporter says, neighbors say that Odesu and his wife used to have loud arguments, and he would periodically cause problems. So I think that's, adding some more paint to the
probably
picture.
just what they're trying to do. It was just because this is where I struggle a little bit with the OG is there's not a good guy in this. Like, Odesu isn't really a good guy the way they're trying to depict him. As you shouldn't be a fan of what he's doing, even though he's the victim in all of this. And I think that's my issue, is either make him an absolute piece of shit where I'm really conflicted on, well, he's doing, revenge, and I get that, but man, you're a piece of shit. I don't really know who I want to root for. This one, I'm more like, I want to root for you. I am rooting for you, but you keep telling me I'm not supposed to. Like,
yeah,
I got conflicted in the movie a little bit, but that is also a Korean thing, because
It's definitely a Park Chan-wook thing. He's if you watch his movies, and this is one of my favorite directors of all time. Charlie, you hate it, but in Thirst, there's not a good person in that movie.
Oh, well, I agree with you there because that was one of my big things. There's nobody
I can't
in that
root
movie
for
I
anybody.
like.
He produced Parasite.
I
And
want
there
to
was
watch that. I haven't seen that.
Definitely not any good people in that movie. It's a wonderful movie, by the way. It's
been a little while since we watched it. Was he involved with I Saw the Devil? That
I was going to ask that too.
Yep.
Did he help with that? Yeah,
he
because
was part that I Saw the Devil was a Park Chan-wook
because
film.
I know.
oh wow,
Ode,
okay.
because Ode Sue
Is the bad guy.
is the bad guy, and I saw that, which I was like, oh wow, he does make a really good bad guy.
Yeah.
But and the good guy in that is in Squid Game. He's the front man in Squid Game. Yeah.
Right, and I was going to say the good guy, and I Saw the Devil isn't a good guy either.
He's not, but we're cheering for him the whole fucking time. Yeah,
that's the difference. Is let me know that guy's not good, but give me a damn good reason to root for him.
Exactly.
This one is I am already rooting for him, but you're also telling me I maybe shouldn't be, and kind of at the end because I was talking to Jackie about it at the end of the movie because she's like, well. He didn't know it was his daughter, so that kind of makes it a little bit better because he's not doing it willingly. I said, because she goes, and he did get all this other stuff up. I said, yes, but he also went and had hypnotism done, so he would forget that she's his daughter, and then he could still be in love with her and be together,
or something.
And she stops and is like, motherfucker. It's just this realization of the happy ending is not a happy ending if you really think about it.
It's not. No, not at all.
And there's also a question like when he was hypnotized, the hypnotist was supposed to split his personality, and Ode Sue was not going to remember it, and something that she created called the monster was going to remember everything and then quickly die.
Right. So you don't know which is.
But she also said this doesn't always work.
Mm-hmm. So is it the monster?
Is it the monster?
Is it him? Is it him pretending he doesn't know?
Exactly.
And none of it worked.
None of it worked. Mm-hmm.
And come on. I mean, by the time this is 03, I don't know when they were trying to do this, but there were cell phones. In a little bit of time, there's gonna be Google and shit, and she's gonna send out an ancestry DNA thing. They're gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be fun. Let's both do it. They both do the swabs.
There's another reveal. Whoops.
Whoa. Oh and if he really forgot, he's gonna be excited too, going hell yeah. And they're gonna get back, and there's gonna be an error. They're like, only one. You both don't use the same swab. You each send one in.
Please do it again. So that's
a fan short film, a dark comedy short film waiting to happen.
I would love a dark comedy of just this, a 30-minute moment of them trying to ancestry DNA.
They keep getting a letter back saying you're doing this wrong. You're doing what
We're going to send out a representative. We're going to take the idiot out of this test.
That's it. That's how you do it.
That's it. And then we're gonna figure it out. Then at the end, it's just them reading the paper and looking at each other. Screen goes black because those that are in the know will know exactly what they read.
Exactly. Yep.
Made a new movie, and then you have to fuck with the OG. See, Spike Lee. That's how you do it, sir.
Yep.
Studio would have never messed with you if we'd have just ancestry DNA'd this shit. Let's hit a commercial break. What do you say?
Excellent.
You want a war? Well, you got it right after this.
Guys, we've been doing this thing for a while, and I think it's about time we make a trailer.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Let's get this thing. All right, ready? All right, what's going on, everybody? We are Dissect That Film. I am Brett.
I'm Dan.
I'm Angela.
And we... Oh, wait, guys. I have an even better idea. What if we had somebody with an epic voice sell our show in a way that our show actually isn't? What do you say?
Yeah.
Sounds perfect.
All right, let's go. Let it rip.
Your host, Parker, Dan, and Angela slice and dice their way through the good.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
The bad.
You brought the devil!
There's a devil inside everyone.
and the ugly movies you love.
And you can't piss on hospitality. I won't allow it.
Hold your favorite films and franchises tight, because they aren't safe. In fact, it's already too late. It's time to dissect that film.
I wish our show is what that guy just said, but you know what? If you want to listen to our awesome show, Dissect That Film, you can listen to us on YouTube and on your favorite podcast apps every single Friday, where we talk about all the wonderful films, good, bad, or ugly, as that epic dude said back there. So until next time, I'm Brett.
I'm Dan.
I'm Angela.
And we'll see you all again next time.
I didn't come here to talk. Lucky for you, they did.
So we've talked a little bit about, pieces of this movie, but let's kind of tie the threads here a little bit.
The
Let's talk about
why.
the villain, the why, because this, everyone that I know that have seen this is always like, he fucked his daughter. Yeah, but there's another fucked up thing that happens in this movie too.
There's
I don't
more.
want to say it's
But wait,
bigger,
there's
but
more.
Yeah, it's hard. Oh God, it's so
Don't
hard.
use that word.
Think
Stop
about
it.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that at all.
Can I also say real quick before we do that, because you said hard, when he's in the apartment with his daughter, when she first brings him home and he tries to grape her and doesn't work. And then she's like, no, I want to do it with you. But then she does that whole and then when I give you the word, I want, and sticks her fucking arm out.
I was
and
like, there was a few times in this where I had to pause it and rewind and did I really hear that, or did I really see that, or I need to make sure I caught everything. That was one of them. I was like, oh,
that
dear.
was the look on Jackie's face, because I just went and looked. She's just like, it was that the fuck did she just say? Because Pete made the hard comment. I was
Sorry
like,
about that.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry,
the
everyone.
arm she sticks out. But no, so the guy that we learned this guy that locked up the Oldboy. I don't forget his name again, but he's hidden, but not really hidden. I think he actually gets bored after a while, going, "This motherfucker ain't going to get it," and finally speeds it up for him, ever so slightly on the reveal.
Because he gets the snowball rolling.
Yeah, because all of a sudden there's a time clock. Like for the whole beginning of this movie, other than the 15 years, even when he's released, we're like, what the fuck? He's released out of nowhere. There's no urgency. He's just trying to find out who did this. Now, all of a sudden, the big bad has set up this whole thing where he's revealed, but he's not scared. Like normally you don't find out the hidden villain until the end of a movie. We find out who it is halfway through.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he's like, hi.
And we spend a lot of time with him too.
Yeah. Hi, it's me. Okay, who you? That's now the game. You've seen me. You see my face. Now find out who I am. And I will give you all the hints I can without spelling it out. But there you go. And also, you can kill me, but then there's no satisfaction of the why did I do this to you? It's not so much that you're ready to die. It's just you can't die till you know why I locked you up for 15 years.
Odesu has a knife to his throat at one time.
Yeah, he's
and he's almost laughing, going, "Go ahead, kill me. You'll never know why."
He tells his henchmen, "Back off, bro.
Don't back off. It's fine. He's not going to kill me," because he wants to know why this happened, why I did this to him. And that's what a baller move that is, man.
It really is, because now that we get to the end of the movie and we kind of remember that moment toward the start, he definitely should have killed him if he wanted kind of any chance at a happy life.
A peaceful bliss in the ignorance of what we are going to find out. Yeah, just kill the guy and go on with your life. Be happy that you're free. I think that's
hindsight.
Korean movies don't do the American way where you're like, oh, there should be a moral at the end of the story. This one actually does have a little bit of a moral. If you take what Anna said, it's kind of like well, there's always that. I mean,
There, yeah.
hey, but what I mean
Don't have
is
an
there's
incestuous relationship with your sister.
it's a really, really long play around for a Saw type trap. You
Yeah.
had a way out, but you have to give something up to get out of the pain that's about to be caused, which is kill him, live the rest of your life not knowing why.
Ignorant. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ignorance is bliss. But no, he's held on to this. I'm also not 1,000% sold on the whole weak heart surgery. It felt very James Bond villain subplot that in all reality means nothing in the scope of the entire movie.
Added nothing to the plot.
It really didn't. You saw him on a table later on with a doctor looking over him. Outside of that, it was a waste of plot point.
It really was. To me, it kind of showed I have a fuck ton of money, so I can do whatever I want. Dude, just your apartment tells me you have a fuck ton of money.
Yeah.
You know, it's a floating closet that just opens up in the middle of the room. But
pretty cool.
He tries to use it as I don't know if Chekhov's gun is the correct way to describe it, but he has a remote control to his heart. And he gives it to Odesu at the end, and Odesu pushes the button and it doesn't do fuck all.
Nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
Guess what? I could have got the exact same effect by dropping a gun at his feet and no bullets in the
with
gun.
no bullets.
That it would have done the exact same thing without the Bond villain. That's, you know, I didn't need that. Does it hurt the movie? Not at all. But when I have to sit and
it's a
think
distraction that doesn't need to be around for an already confusing movie to the American audience. This is not something.
Maybe it's some kind of red herring. Maybe it was meant to be some kind of red herring.
It's possible. Maybe it was some. I would have believed it more had that had been something he tried to search out in trying to find out who he is. He has a scar. He said something about a weak heart. Let's look into that. There can only be so many doctors that could do it. But they don't. They immediately go to a word gets dropped about them being old boys, which was the name of a school.
It
or
was their
mascot
preparatory school or something. It was their Catholic private school, and they were. I don't know if that was their mascot or if it
they
was
called
like just their
themselves
nickname.
the Old Boy. Yeah, because he has a friend, which I'm guessing was his wife's brother or something. Because he called told the little girl, "I'm your uncle," but that could also be you're just my best friend.
Right,
best friends are uncles too, But you get this whole turnaround now that when we're trying to find out the whole the mystery, there's a tie to them being kids. There's a tie to the school. The uncle is involved in all this somehow. Old Boy's also been bugged the entire time he's been released, which is why they know where he is everywhere.
That scene when they are looking for all of his bugs and they're pulling out a dozen pieces of listening devices.
It made sense.
That cracked me up.
What if he fucks up his shoes and takes off his shoes?
Yeah.
Don't worry, there's one in the belt. What if he doesn't? What if he changes his pants? There's one in the
tie. There's one in the
But you also watching it a second time when the villain goes, "Do you like your clothes?" Because he puts him in really nice, expensive clothes that he's not going to be prone to leave behind. Also, it's all he has. But it also it took me back to I Saw the Devil, because they put the listening device in that guy's stomach by forcing him to eat it. And he doesn't know that, and he can't get rid of it. Strips that car down, strips his whole body down. And I was like, okay, because I hadn't watched them together for a long time, but I was seeing a lot of where I was like, I see what you did in I Saw the Devil. I was like, okay, I'm digging on this. I like you have almost like a little calling card. John Woo has the pigeons and the doves.
Right.
Park Chan-soo goes, "I'm putting a listening device up your asshole, motherfucker. Just wait." That's what's happening to this movie.
You're gonna know where you are at all times.
So we're talking about the main baddie. He fucks with Old Boy the entire movie, just cat and mouse, stringing
It's
stuff
I
along.
don't want to say Batman Joker, but he does pull a baller Joker when he helps Oldboy. Oldboy came out as it was right after the hallway scene, right where he's exhausted. He comes out and he falls into the street literally, and this supposed random stranger comes and helps him up, throws him in the back of a car, pulls up down his hood, and it's our bad guy. And he just kind of like waves at him. I was like, that's a Joker trick. That's something that the Joker would do to Robin before he beats his head open with a crowbar or something.
And he's fucking with the audience too, because at this moment, we don't even know that's the main bad guy. We think he's just someone involved because it's the first time we see his face, because he's in the same outfit when he's in the apartment across from his daughter's apartment. And you're like, whoa, he's in the same outfit. Wait, that's that guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing it to the audience as well, which I think is masterful on how he weaves this whole thing together. I love after they get rid of all the bugs and they start putting together, like, we need to find the yearbook. The uncle's like doing stuff on the computer, that now the villain has had to resort to tailing the uncle so that he's like in a public internet.
It's an internet cafe or something.
He owns an internet cafe.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. He was working there, and they're across from one another but can't see one another, and it's the big bad listening to one side of the conversation. And because the one guy starts talking about, hey, you remember this girl? She looks familiar. Oh yeah, this girl, she was the school slut. She got passed around. I wish I'd have had my go on it. And our big bad loses his mind and busts, what is it, like a mirror or a picture behind him?
No, it was a CD-ROM.
He breaks a CD-ROM in half, and that's no joke, folks. That's as sharp as a mirror.
When Odesu tried to kill himself, that's the mirror scene. So he breaks a CD-ROM in half, and this is my Joker moment with him. Walks around, doesn't say a fucking word, and just starts hacking at the uncle / brother, whatever, his best friend, to pieces, while Odesu's on the other line listening to his friend be eviscerated.
Hey, are you all right? What's going on? I can't hear you.
And then the big bad gets on the headset and he goes, this is what happens when you took all my bugs away. I had to find another way to find you. And basically, like, you really fucked up. You just killed your best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And you're as a viewer just going, motherfucker did that with a broken CD. Like, just, and hands on. Like, it's not like he's letting henchmen do the work for him.
Pure rage.
Yeah. He is sadistic. So you find out, okay, this is a guy not to be messed with. He's going to be a really good, villain at the end. It's going to be a badass fight at the end. I cannot wait.
Anything but.
You get hit with the biggest fucking left turn. What the fuck did I watch moment that even Sleepaway Camp ain't this kind of swerve. When he's like, oh yeah, that's your sister. He goes, yeah, and you know what you saw. And you're like, what I saw? I didn't see shit. And he's like, no, you saw it. And then proceeds to tell us what Odesu saw as a child, which was basically this guy was fucking his own sister at school.
The big bad was molesting his sister, and she was into it.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd throw the M word. Yeah, it was weird. Because at first she's
like, oh no, don't. No, come here.
Pete, you know those moments where you talk about, like, we like to watch the sexy stuff, but those moments where you're like, I shouldn't be watching this. Like, this is a private moment. That was a moment for me. I was like, I don't want to watch this.
Did we know that they were brother and sister at that time?
Well, I think they kind of leave it a little ambiguous because you're not sure who each person is in the flashback, even though he's telling it. He's not saying I was the one with the camera running around. You only figure out who Odesu is because it's focused on him.
He's got a name tag that says,
he's got the name
tag. Comes up his name.
Yeah. The nun yells at, I love the smack in the face.
Right in the face.
Yes. That was funny.
smoking a cigarette.
Welcome
you
to
can't
Catholic
do-
school, kids.
You can't do this shit to me, Mother Teresa. Bow! Right in the face. I was like, I like her. So I think it is a little bit, but at some point in the flashback, I think somehow he reveals it to the audience of, no. This is also the other scene after you've seen it where you're like, this is way too fucking drawn out. This is taking way too long. I don't want to watch this anymore.
It's so long.
I remember where it happened. It was during the flashback that Sue's friend, brother, whatever. He's like, hey, I just met this gal. She rides this red bike. Do you know who it is? And I think he says that it's this guy's sister.
I think that's
where it was. So you just get this kind of off comment. And so
because he goes to the hairdresser. That's where he sends him. Remember, he gets his hair done and he's talking to another lady that kind of went to school with him.
Yes.
Because where are you going to go, especially in 2003, more so than today, but you're going to go to your hairdresser and get the neighborhood gossip, especially when you grew up with,
Yeah, she went to school and she's calling everyone. And that's also when we find out, because she goes, well, you should know. Like everyone knows that you're the one that told everyone, basically. But he's forgotten this. And be it time, I do like that he even throws it at the big bad's face, like, you hypnotized me to forget. He goes, no, you just forgot because it didn't mean anything to you at the time.
It was none of your business and it wasn't your information to pass on. So of course it wasn't like, you're not going to remember something like that.
And he had left or he was leaving for another school the very next day. So he beat feet out of that school.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Out of sight, out of mind. He wouldn't have been around for that rumor mill at all.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, it wasn't like he was necessarily saying anything with malicious intent. It was just like you witness something shocking and you have to tell someone. So of course you're going to tell your best friend and not realize the fucking damage it's going to do in the long run.
And
but that's relatable.
The description of the fallout is equally as shocking because
it's
the brother is explaining to old boy, what, here's what you missed. They tortured her relentlessly by teasing and ostracizing her to the point she thought she was pregnant, but wasn't, to the point she was missing her period. There was no baby in there. Now, this is what he's telling us. I like old boy throws it back in his face going, it sounds like you're going to be your nephew. You're going to be the dad of your nephew.
Yeah.
And you killed her because we find out we're told she committed suicide, jumped off the dam. But he's already putting it together like, oh, you killed her because you're about to be a daddy. But did the big bad convolute this in his own head going, oh no, she faked it. Her mind was so powerful she became pregnant in her mind, which is a thing.
That is a
I
thing,
have heard.
I have heard that's a thing.
Crying babies can make women that have had babies lactate. I mean, it's a thing. So it's another point of the audience going, I don't know who the fuck to believe, but this is all fucked up. And can we resolve this already?
Yeah, and that's the first reveal. Like that is the first reveal of the why was he imprisoned for 15 years? Because he ran his mouth and told everyone told his friend that caused him to tell everyone in school that him and his sister were fucking around. Okay. Then the second reveal is even worse. Because like you said, the guy we're supposed to be cheering for, even though it's a little shaky, now it's like, damn, it's making it even harder for him for us to want to root for him, especially once we find out what he's done, the big bad's done.
It's such a good reveal because they're having this confrontation, not physical, but they're having this conversation kind of.
Yeah, they're talking basically.
The big bad gives Sue a purple box.
This guy's also the Joker and Riddler in this.
Yeah,
movie. There are so many purple boxes,
purples and greens, lots of green, lots of
open,
reds.
and it's open up that box over there.
Open that box up. It's a family album.
When I saw that family album, I said, no way. No.
Yeah. Because that first picture in that album is Odesu, what you assume is his wife, because I don't think we ever actually saw.
We never saw her.
We didn't see her, yeah.
And then a 3-year-old, girl.
I think he's still trying to swerve the audience as I'm about to reveal how your wife died. You know, because a lot of the first pictures are of the family, but then it starts. Oh, it's Odesu and his daughter. And that's a picture of his daughter.
And now Odesu is out because he's imprisoned, and now it's just the wife and the daughter.
Yeah,
we see the daughter slowly growing up.
Older. Hits a picture that's pretty much maybe a year ago.
Yeah,
I think they actually used young pictures of this actress.
Oh yeah, they had to.
I guarantee they did,
because it was very like you could see this 14-year-old girl-ish, and you're like, oh god, that looks like
she looks familiar.
Mino, is it or something like that?
Mino,
Mino.
No, Mito, Mido.
Was it Dio?
Yeah, Mito.
Mito.
Either way,
apologies to all of our Korean friends.
I also didn't want anyone thinking Pete was being extremely racist at that point where he goes, no.
That was the actor's name. No. Oh shit.
You made me watch this movie again, Pete. I'm fucking with you every chance I get right now.
That's fair.
But you get this whole like, and I think there was a couple of shots from the photographs they were taking from the other apartment of the interlude between the two of them towards the end. So it's also being revealed that even if the audience didn't catch up on it, going, "Hey, I remember that scene." Holy
shit!
And by the way, we also recorded them having the sex, and we're going to play this tape over the loudspeakers in the apartment. Yeah. While they're having the sex.
I don't want to call it anything else.
Right? That's what I said. The sex.
And dude, Odesu loses his absolute
living mind.
Rightfully so.
Yeah. That was perfectly acceptable the way he responded to this. And I don't think there could be a more real portrayal of such.
And she's being held captive in the same apartment he was by the guy. Again, we're going to glaze over so much shit that happens in this movie, but it's a way because anyone else, I'm going to rip your fucking throat out. You're going to die now because you told me, but he has this ace up his sleeve going, if you kill me, they're going to tell her. And then it's like, oh, no. You can't tell her. That's going to destroy her. Like basically, you got to think about probably kill herself type of type of culture. You know, it's because that's what the sister did. All of the shame and everything. She killed herself. So that's what they're kind of interluding on that. Yeah. And Odesu is just like, no, I'll do whatever. When this motherfucker starts acting like a dog.
Oh my God.
And licking old dude's shoes and barking and just that's a man
desperate to save his daughter.
Yeah, that is pure desperation.
I will do anything.
And him even just, I don't think, I mean, obviously it's written, but the way it's acted, it is not, let me go find those scissors I had in my hand and cut my tongue out. This is called, I don't know what to do right now. And he's messing around on the desk being like, I'll do whatever. And he picks up the scissors and he's like, I will do this. I'll cut my tongue out. So I won't tell anyone about you. You don't have to tell anyone this happens. Let it all go. And this is the scene I knew of before I watched the movie. I thought I remembered that they actually show it, and they don't. Which I
just off camera, you see the scissors and his
top half
hand
of his head
doing this, but you don't actually see him ripping into his tongue. The
missed opportunity for me that likes a little bit of gore.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know what the budget was, and maybe there was some.
Even just halfway, just those first couple of, but I'll give him a little bit of props. It's not a shink and it's gone. He moves his hand up and down. So the top of his fingers just coming up into frame and down, and it's moving. So he's slowly cutting his tongue off.
It's a powerful muscle in the human body, and that's not easy to cut through with anything.
My sister bit her tongue. This is going to be a PSA for Charlie, for all parents out there. Don't let your kids stand on the fucking toilet. Okay? Do not stand on the toilet. Brushing our teeth when we were younger.
Oh,
Sarah was littler. Stand
Weren't you
on the
always
toilet.
very tall, though?
I was pretty tall.
Okay.
But mom was in there. Mom's making sure we're brushing her teeth. I'm brushing my teeth. Sarah is standing on the edge of the toilet, seat down, lid down.
It's a good seat down. She's standing in the bowl.
I'm trying to take all of the opportunity away from Pete, but she slips off and her jaw hits the sink top and her tongue was out and she bit a giant chunk out of her tongue. Let me tell you something. They can't stitch your tongue.
No.
And it bleeds like a horror movie. That image is burned in my head. She had a dent in her tongue her whole life. And it's a stark reminder. And I will tell anyone that'll listen, when I see a fucking commercial or in a movie of the kid climbing up on the toilet, it's like, get the fuck. Remember we're in Mallrats where they're like, get the kid off the fucking escalator?
Yeah.
Get the kid off the fucking toilet. It's for your butt. Yeah, that's me, because that's my first horror movie. Was almost watching my sister bite her tongue off.
Damn.
It's pretty bad. So yeah. But yeah, I would have liked to see them actually cut the tongue off in this movie. It would have been
Yeah, that
interesting.
would have been even more.
But he's spitting the blood. He's still crying and yelling, but he can't talk. And this guy, he's just like, the fuck ever.
He's laughing.
Yeah, he's laughing.
He's enjoying himself because he's getting his revenge. You think this movie is about Odeso getting his revenge, but there's two revenge going on here.
Yeah,
and they're trying to outdo each other.
Revenge is a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
Someone's always going to lose, and it might be both of you. Now he does relent, and he goes, "All right, we're not going to tell her." Calls the guy up. Don't tell her. Don't tell her nothing. Hangs up, drops the remote to his heart, walks out over, heading towards the elevator. And Odesu's just like, I don't know what to do. He told him not to tell her. I can kill him now. Picks up the heart remote and it doesn't do fuck all. I'm just like,
nothing.
Stupid Bond moment. I was not here for that moment. And so he is in despair and just crying and bleeding. And I love the water that's in this apartment, and there's drops of blood falling. And
can you imagine having an apartment with pools of water?
Dude, have you ever tried to keep an aquarium clean?
Seriously.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
What was the other, Pete? What was? It was old Ancestor. Where they had
Seventh Curse.
Seventh Curse. The motherfucker had a river running through his goddamn apartment. I still say that was his bathroom. The water was flowing. You deuce down. It falls down to the neighbor's river.
Oh,
there goes a log going by.
There it goes. Bye.
I don't know the fascination with it, but it added visually. This movie is amazing. But our villain goes in the elevator as if everything's okay. But we also know he's only got like so long to live because of his heart. And he shoots himself.
Well, he has the flashbacks of he and his sister, and he's trying to save her, and she's like, let me go. She's must have committed suicide or must have thrown herself off the
I'm
dam,
thinking
and he grabbed her.
He grabs her. I don't think he intentionally killed her.
No.
I think what we're watching is what happened. And as a child, it shows him holding his sister over the dam.
She's not holding him at all. Like,
no,
her hand is not holding onto him.
He's got her by the forearm, and she's not trying to get back up. She's like, let me go. I'm doing this regardless. I did love the visual of he let go and his hand forms as if he's gripping a gun, and the finger moves and you hear the gunshot cut into actual time. And he slumps over in the elevator, blood all over the wall.
So beautifully shot.
It's
movie's
gorgeous, but you're also going,
you got to suffer through
This movie will give you blue balls. There is no like moment in this movie where you're like, oh, I feel better. No, this movie does not give you that.
Your shoulders are going to be tense through the whole thing. Like, I need a massage after this.
And then, they delve into the whole hypnotism thing. I think I would rather it have gone black at this point. The bad guy shot himself.
Completely ambiguous as to what has happened. Like no prologue, just he slumps over and then camera pulls away, fade to black.
Because in my mind, Odesu would never even go near his daughter again. He may even kill himself.
Mm-hmm.
But they add this extra level of fucked upness by, hey, I don't want to remember this shit. Let me go to this hypnotist that did all this to us and make me forget, make the monster remember this.
He writes her a letter and one of the last paragraphs says, I wrote you this letter because, I don't have a tongue anymore.
Yeah.
That made me chuckle.
It was pretty funny, and that was the moment like where Jackie's like, okay, I didn't like this, but okay, they did do this. And I went, yeah, but he got, hypnotized himself so he could still go be in love with his daughter. And she's just like, oh, fuck. Just that moment of.
I don't understand. Like, I know that incest is taboo everywhere, kind of, but I feel like we Americans it's even more taboo here, and in other places, it's kind of a little bit more acceptable. We didn't
know.
Yeah, but because I just don't understand why he stayed with her, because I think some time passed before he did decide to go to the hypnotist.
I feel that way.
Because his hair was gray and we didn't see a lot of that throughout the movie. So I think some time had passed, and I'm just like, why did you even, are you that big of a coward that you're so scared of being alone that's the choice you're going to make? But then I think, he tried to kill himself when he was in the prison, so he's not really a coward. But
he didn't in prison. There was no out for him. That was life. And I think that's why he did it. There was a small through line they kept dropping in the movie about loneliness. The daughter talks about being lonely. The big bad talks about being lonely. Odesu talks about. So I think what Park Chan-wook is doing is our character is so scared of being alone. Ignorance is bliss. I'll have something out of everything I lost, even though it's wrong.
And it's also selfish, because you're also taking a better life away from your daughter, even though she doesn't know you're her dad. You do. And you're choosing this life for her when she can be with someone like her own age.
She is bliss. She doesn't know at all.
She is the 100% pure,
she's the only
innocent person in this.
She's
because we find out they hypnotized her. It was the only way they could ensure that she falls for Odesu,
because she's 18, not even, she's 18-ish years
18.
old, right?
Yeah.
And he's dad, so he's 50, 45-ish, somewhere around there.
At least 20 years older.
I'm sorry, that's not age appropriate. I don't care if she's legal. That's just
I think that's another thing. I have no idea whether that's a cultural thing that's okay. Hell, they're trying to push it here, so it's just a fucked up thing. There's a limit, okay? That's all. I'm not going to put a number on it, but just know there's a fucking limit. But they do play on the fact that they dropped the little. This was also playing very heavy-handed. Oh, we found out you were both very susceptible to hypnotism. Look, I'm already with you on the hypnotism. You don't need to lay it on that fucking thick for me. Okay?
Yeah.
Just leave it there. You're hypnotized. Ta-da.
Right. I believe drugs. I don't need all this other bullshit. But again, I will give it credit. While I don't need how they ended it, it definitely fits his MO. When it comes to this stuff, there are no true happy endings I'm learning a lot of Korean movies, Train to Busan. That shit ain't happy at the end.
I Saw the Devil.
I Saw the Devil. Sure as fuck ain't happy at the end. Although
Uzumaki.
Uzumaki. That's
which
Japanese.
I haven't
though.
watched, but I listen.
Oh,
Well,
true.
you can even say, as far as Asian filmmakers,
Yeah.
they're not the
Asian cinema.
hero. The hero's not always going to win at the end, or you're not going to have a happy, ride off into the sunset moment. You might be riding off in the sunset, but you may not have your head attached. That's kind of what they'll do to you.
Like they might get their vengeance and what they started out for at the beginning of the movie, but it doesn't mean that they're always going to be at peace at the end. of
Yeah,
it.
there's
But
no
at what-
satisfaction.
You got your
Right.
vengeance, but at what cost? You cost yourself your sanity, your life, your
and it's my
daughter.
American type things, where I saw the devil, even though our protagonist is a really shitty person. I got that moment at the end. I got that satisfaction that the real bad piece of shit got exactly what he needed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my guy isn't the greatest, but he's better than that guy.
Hell yeah.
This one is
Agreed.
just like, I don't know what to feel. Did we win? Someone
No.
tell me we won at the end of
Nobody wins in this movie.
Nobody wins.
There is no winning at this. So that is our abbreviated go through Oldboy 2003. Please go watch it. Hopefully
watch
you
it.
watched it instead
Yeah.
of listening to us yammer on
If you
about it.
hadn't watched it, why are you still here?
Right. Go. It is an interesting watch. It really is. It's beautifully done. I know we've talked about it, but
It's beautifully
Park-
acted, beautifully
Park
shot.
Chan-wook can shoot a fucking movie. I know it's probably videographer or whatever, but it's still his vision.
It's his vision.
And it is
His
so
leadership.
well done. If this movie, I'll also give it credit. This movie, even though after The Apartment, it's out in the wide open, it still feels a bit claustrophobic at times.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
still moments
Yeah.
of enclosed. Hell, they drop him in a fucking suitcase when they let him out. So there's a level of claustrophobia in this movie, even in the wide open world. But all right, are we ready to do the things?
Let's do the things.
There
Yep.
we go.
Yeah.
Leave anything for us?
Just bodies. Body count. Body count. Body count. Body count.
All right. So this is my final birthday selection of 2025. I desperately want to hear what Anna has to say about Oldboy.
We'll
How many
get there
kills?
when we review it, but we're doing.
God damn it. Did I fuck that up again?
I wasn't even going to
Ye-
guess because Charlie said earlier that you had sent him the kill count. And I was like, okay, well, we can't guess.
Even when I'm driving the end, Anna, this is why you get so confused at me. Like, why does Charlie take over? That's why.
'Cause this
That
is
guy
why.
right there, every time.
I'm
Four
jumping
and
the
a
gun.
half years.
All right. I'm done. Charlie,
All right.
please help us
All
out.
right,
here.
body
Kill
count. So,
Body count.
yeah, I always thought this movie was way more.
The promo
like-
even says body count in it. Why can't I fucking figure that out?
I don't either. The gunshot should
And I
clue
said,
you in.
just bodies. And you
you said
laughed at
bodies.
me.
Immediately. I can't wait to know what everyone thought. We'll tell you in about 2 more segments, like we do every week. But yeah, this one is 17, which is really low
A
for what
handful.
I remember.
Such a violent movie. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
slow.
It's a lot of boo-boos. People get hit with a hammer but don't die. And people get their teeth ripped out by a hammer. And that poor guy. We didn't even talk about
damn it.
this guy other than I won't draw on it. But the guy that got his teeth ripped out also gets his fucking hand cut off in this
Yeah,
movie.
yeah.
I was looking at him. I was like, where do I know this guy from?
Oh.
He is in season 2 and 3 of Squid Game as well. He's the
Really?
he's the ship captain that the brother hires to
Oh,
charter him around to hunt for stuff. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, I was like, that's the captain. And then in Squid Game, he's obviously much older. He's got gray hair. But I was like, that's definitely him.
Huh.
Yeah, he played
I
a
s-
good part.
I still have not
Sky-
sat down with that show.
Skeezy.
I,
Oh,
neither have I.
Charlie. Pete. Oh my gosh. Charlie's a little more understandable, but Pete, you need to watch it.
So yeah, not a lot of dead bodies in here, just a lot of people getting the shit beat out of them. But the violence when it hits, it's pretty fucking violent. So, all right, that's
It's
It's
visceral.
like, yeah, it's like mentally violent.
Mhm.
yeah.
More so than
It-
physically.
It does do a lot of tell, don't show.
Yeah.
Like the violence and the horror and the gore is always worse inside your brain than it could possibly be on the screen. So I think he was
they do
leaning
that
into
really
that a little
well.
bit. Like cutting his tongue off. There is no way without having like a real cow tongue and a close up or something. I don't know
seen
how.
a movie where someone either bit their tongue off or cut their tongue. Was it Demons or something like that? Like
Demons? Maybe. I don't know.
Somebody cuts their tongue off and it's like in camera and it's just like, and it shows the artery in the middle of the tongue and all the blood vessels and shit.
Oh, is it Evil Dead 2013?
Ooh, it might be.
She does it like she
She
splits her
splits.
tongue.
I've seen the split. I've seen one though that was like, it wasn't scissors, it was like shears. And it cut the tongue, but it shows what the inside of your tongue would look like.
That great big vein in there, yeah.
And what I was probably doing is, I know a movie that they cut their fucking tongue out. That happened in Oldboy. No, it doesn't. It does cut a tongue off, but you don't see it. So let's do our favorite kill with an asterisk. Just your favorite moment in this movie.
Have you ever killed anyone?
Yeah, but they were all bad.
Just to add, because you're like, who died other than a handful of people that you saw die in here? You're like, I don't know what henchman died from what or didn't or showed back up later. I'll start. Mine is a kill. I actually really like when the henchman of our big bad is fighting Odesu, and Odesu stabs him in the ear. Again, another thing that's off camera. And all of a sudden the blood's like trickling out of his side of his head. And Odesu's holding like this like pick or something.
I think it was a toothbrush.
Oh, it was the scissors.
It was the scissors because they when they went together, they were just like really pointy scissors.
Really, really point. That's right. So that's how you see the scissors first. So he stabs him in the ear canal, and it makes the henchman like go nuts and is ready to kill him, but the reveal hasn't happened. And our big bad pulls the gun out it's a Derringer's 2 shots, shoots his own dude in the back of the head.
He couldn't hear him either. He was telling him to stop, but because he had busted his eardrum,
the movie went quiet at that point. You're right, Anna.
Yes. So he, pow, right in the back, blood flies out the front. And they kind of do it where you're like, who'd he shoot? Shot his own dude. As you watch the movie, you go, oh, he was about to kill him before the big reveal. All this buildup, you're not going to kill this guy before I am able to reveal my plans, Mr. Bond. But that's my favorite kill in this. Pete, what's your favorite kill in this?
It was a little silly, but right at the beginning, the guy that commits suicide jumps off the roof. and this dummy hits this car, and there's a dummy dog too, because this guy's got this fluffy little dog. The dog, it hits the top of this car, and the whole contraption was just died. I died. The stupid dog just kind of wiggles.
You're not expecting it. Like this guy's up there, and it's
you already forgot about him.
Odesu talks him off the ledge by. We find out everything we just watched is it's a Forrest Gump moment. He's telling this jumper what we just watched. So that's the transition of the shot. And then the guy goes, "Oh, my life was real bad too. Let me tell you." And fucking Odesu just fucking gets up, goes and grabs his shit and walks off the roof. So you're like, oh, well, he saved a jumper, and Odesu comes walking down on the street. Some other people are there. Wow. This guy comes landing and crushes the top of this car holding the dog.
This dog.
What did the dog do? Why did the dog gotta die with you, man? That's just messed up. I know it's Korea, but come on now. That'll be my one joke.
Ride or die, right?
That'll be fine. Anna, what about you? What's your favorite kill or moment in Oldboy?
When he kills his friend with the broken CD.
Ooh, yeah.
Because that was pretty gnarly. Because that's one of those moments where you just should have kept your mouth shut, and you never know who's listening. And he's the reveal of just the camera panning across, and we see him sitting there. Like, that's just full rage. Just full on rage.
That is probably the most violent kill in the movie.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, shit.
It was personal. You know what I mean?
Very, very.
And the actors in this movie, fantastic. They're everyone sold their roles even the daughter playing that innocent childlike for a purpose, but she did a great job in this. The villain, look, he's a great looking guy. Like we were saying, you see his butt the entire movie because he just likes walking
He's
naked.
fit.
Hey,
Super fit.
I'm not gonna say don't show me your butt.
Got, cool tattoos, felt very Yakuza Bosch-ish, a little bit. So everyone and the uncle feels like that goofy, say whatever the fuck he's gonna say, doesn't think before he talks. And he's very vulgar about how he talks about the girl. Like
that was locker room talk, right? Is
Yeah,
that what they
that's one
call
of
it?
those. Yeah, like that's one of those normally gets you punched in the mouth kind of things.
It wasn't even my sister, and I'd have probably punched this guy in the mouth.
Yeah.
I might have heard him talking about someone in school like that. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Now you don't need that.
that's a little too far, brother. That's a little too. I'd have shot my shot if I'd have known all that.
Whoa.
How'd that Windows Vista download go in your throat right there? I don't know when what came out. Could be Windows 98. It was an
Suck
old
on
processing
this.
unit. Dial up, bitch.
Windows
Just take
ME.
some ME. There you go. All right, now Pete, we're gonna rate the movie and find out what
Yeah.
everyone thought about it.
I suck at this.
Also, the sound drop fits really well with Oldboy because that's a lot of the, like Pete was talking about, the sounds. It sounds like a brawl. Like it's not oversold and in a martial arts movie. It's thuds and oh fuck, and
Very real fighting. Like
I'm out of breath. Hold on a second. Give me a minute.
Exactly.
God damn it, I can't breathe right now. I love being able to, like, I would watch this fight again. Like I think you can go on YouTube and watch the fight. Don't pay attention to Odesu at all. Watch all the henchmen. It is the most realistic henchman interaction of, it's not just one guy at a time. It's another guy pushing another guy forward and going, all right, let's go. And they're all falling over each other. Like even if they get one guy swung a 2x4 and hit the wall and it broke. I don't know if that was planned. So it felt very real. So Pete, now you can ask us what we thought.
Anna, save me, please. Tell me what you thought about Oldboy.
So I'm actually going to give this a 8 out of 10.
Ooh.
I thought it was a really good movie, but it does not have rewatchability at all. I would rewatch this again with someone who I would want to see the reaction from. And like this is definitely one I wouldn't recommend to Dad in any shape, way, or form. So maybe some people at work, kind of thing. But yeah, not rewatchable, but I enjoyed it and had fun on the adventure, and especially the reveal. Because like I said, it had not been spoiled for me. I just knew it was infamous and really good. And, so as far as the surprise, it definitely got me. And I did I enjoyed the watch, even though it was a hard one.
Fair.
Wonderful. How about you, Charlie?
Struggling with this because
me too.
I can totally see the accolades this movie deserves. It's beautifully shot. It's a Park Chan-wook masterpiece. But I'm just going to go based on my own personal look at it. I think I'm right there with Anna. I think I'm going to give it a solid 8. Not one I had ever planned on rewatching, even though I probably knew how Jackie would respond if I ever just decided to pop it on. But then she'd be like, you're watching this for fun, and I can't pin it on Pete as to why I'm rewatching this, which is always my get out of jail free card, because she's like, does he search this shit? What are his keywords? And like, I don't think we need to know. But it was definitely an interesting second watch. While I may not watch it ever again, I'm not upset that I watched it a second time, because knowing everything made the experience different. So it was still enjoyable. So yeah, I'm going to give a solid 8. I have zero issues with this movie. I recommend people to watch it. Really, really rode that razor line of being an action movie, Pete. But it's your birthday.
That's fine. I knew this going in.
Yeah, it's your birthday, so I'll let you pass. So, Pete, let's see what you said.
So Charlie, I like what you said there. Will I watch it again? I don't know, but I think this is a masterpiece. It is a masterclass of film making. And like the shots, the colors, the acting, while this subject matter isn't easily digestible, this is one of those movies you really should see. Apocalypse Now. I will never watch that movie again.
Yeah.
But it's a masterpiece. I
It's
think
a
you
movie
really
you
should
should-
watch it.
It's a movie you should watch before you die. I agree.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, if you're an avid movie watcher like we
Yeah.
are,
There's
you definitely need to see it.
just
And I'm a war movie buff. I'll watch it, but Apocalypse Now is a whole nother flavor of Vietnam movie.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give it a 9.5. And the only reason I'm
That's
not giving it a 10 is because of the rewatchability.
Fair.
Like,
I'll give you that.
A
Very
10
fair.
is like, I want to see this all the goddamn time. So it's a 9.5 because it is a must watch if you're a cinephile, especially if you're a action and horror genre fan. While it's not action nor necessarily horror specifically, it will give you those nerves, those bugs crawling all over you.
Hell, it's a
got-
fucking mystery.
It's totally a mystery. Yeah.
It has a flavor of noir to it as well.
Yeah, it does.
You know, hell, I'd watch this in black and white.
But
That
it
would give it a
also,
little bit of flavor.
like, even though it feels that way, it doesn't age it. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
you're
we
right.
know it takes place in 2003, but watching this today, it felt like very modern still. It felt kind of timeless in a lot of ways.
I think the addition of there's still cell phones, there's still the internet, which are part of the story. Even though what we have is better, and
It's
they
still
may have been able
there.
to. Yeah, we may have been able to find information a little
You
easier
still
now.
can recognize that that's a computer and that's a cell phone.
Right. But it all is still feasible to happen regardless of how technology goes. It's different when there's a movie that ages itself because, well, now we have cell phones. That would never happen now.
I got GPS.
Yeah, this one blurs that line a little bit. Yeah. And I think reason I go a little bit lower is because on my second watch, I'm now going, I would have liked this a little bit. If you'd have done like add the layer of insomnia because you had to drug him to go to sleep, or the Bond villain thing really on the second watch, because I'm like, this makes no sense.
Yeah, I just didn't need it. Wasted
Like
minutes.
even showing the scar and the whole scene with the doctors, and I don't know if you ever seen Machete Kills, where they show the guy getting the bomb placed in his heart that's tied to the nuclear bomb that's going to go off, and they kill him, but they save the heart and put it in a jar, and it's eating, and it's getting older. That's the shit when I'm like, yeah, I like that.
That's so
Not in
good.
Oldboy. That just doesn't quite fly in Oldboy the same way. But
Still strong recommendation.
100%.
Get your hands on this any way you can.
Absolutely.
And listen to it in the original Korean.
Yeah, get subtitles. Tough it out.
Tough it out.
Tough it out. Honestly, it's really well done. Although there were moments that the subtitles didn't quite match what they were saying. I'm like, I don't think that's what they said. Whether it was done for the movie, I'd rather watch it if it was done for the movie. Most of the time when you watch it, it's done for the streaming services, you know, so it's like, we think that's what they said. That's not what
anymore. It's becoming AI generated, and that's mess.
even more.
That's a hot mess right now.
Please don't AI generate my Godzilla movie subtitles.
Oh no.
This would be horrible.
The old AIP. Give me those dubs.
That's it. Well, that is Pete's final birthday
Ta-da!
pick for the month. Honestly, kind of proud of you, Pete. I love every movie you've brought up here. You know,
I've had a pretty good year.
You did, yeah. Well, yeah. Honestly, you have with me. You know, hey, love Cruel Jaws over here. Can't say too much
So
about Anna over there. She's like, we all quit saying that fucking movie's name.
Escape it. Everywhere.
Me and old Brad are keeping that joke alive for the rest of time.
Timo
but
Hulk Hogan is my favorite.
Timo Hulk Hogan. So next week is going to be Nate's action pick. Look, yes, these last 3 picks blur the lines of action,
they're really,
horror. Nate's next week is definitely way more action than Oldboy. It might be equal to Project Wolf Hunting as far as the blood.
Mm-hmm.
But this one's going to be fucking nuts. We are watching Ricky-O, the story of Ricky.
I can't wait to watch it again. I bought it a couple years ago, and I love this movie.
This movie's not available anywhere.
Yeah,
so you gotta find the right sites. I've got a cool hookup that hooked me up with one so I can watch it. I think Anna's doing the same thing. Nate, I think, owns it. But this movie's nuts. Okay. Anybody knows this movie, you know the ride you're in for. And I recommend you watch it, obviously, before we cover it.
Please do.
And then we will have one more release before our spooky month where we're doing an entire
And you're not even let us know what it is yet, you sons of bitches.
What? The horror month or the special episode?
No, the special episode. You've been
you'll
keeping
you'll
it tight
find
to your
out
chest.
Next week.
It better be easy to find, damn it.
That is also a prereq. So
Yeah.
I've been given some rules. I already knew to make sure it was easy to find, but Anna goes, for the love of God, can we do a movie that I don't need to do homework on?
So that's all I ask.
That's all. Yeah. So I can't pick the 4th part of some story where she has to watch the
I have to
other
watch
3.
3 more. Please.
And I will say this, our pick is probably also going to blur the lines of action and horror. It might be a blend of
We're
most.
doing Wishmaster 10.
We're
So
being
Anna's got to
rebels.
watch 9
Yeah.
Wishmasters before.
I would never do that to her.
I would.
No.
No.
Let's be
sorry,
honest.
y'all. I'm not gonna be there
Bye.
that week.
If there was a Wishmaster 10, I guarantee the first 9 mean nothing to the
Probably.
storyline of
That's
Wishmaster
fair.
10. It's like a Puppet Master movie. You don't need to see the other ones. Just jump in wherever
Just
you
know
want.
there's
Just
puppets
jump
it. It's
in.
fine, yeah.
Yeah, jump in on Littlest Reich. Have a ball.
Ooh, that was good.
But we are blazing our way into spooky season. All of us have picked an episode for the spooky time.
Yes.
The
Nate has
banging
one.
lineup.
I have one.
Oh, I gotta pick one yet.
I was going to say, Pete still hasn't even
We
picked
don't know what
his.
Pete is. Pete,
He's yelling at us about what we
You
picked for
Ah,
better.
him.
shit.
you better not.
I got a couple weeks.
Look at that. He got a whole birthday month and he leads off month of horror. I mean, Jesus, is this year of Pete or what? There you go, Daniel. Your year of Pete is actually coming through. So, yeah, and if you want to follow along and keep up with everything, I'm going to start with this first. Please check us out on YouTube where you
Yeah.
can see our smiling faces. Anna has been putting a lot of work into our videos. They are awesome to sit there and watch. All our bumpers have video pieces to go with them. It's a lot of fun. If we do get a trailer when Pete doesn't pick a movie, sometimes YouTube lets us show it to you unless there's 2 seconds of a popular song and they go, fuck you. You have a
X.
copyright strike. Triple X got us with like 3.
I was like,
one
I
trailer.
was pissed at that point. I said, I'm just cutting it out. Fuck it.
No trailer. No
Fuck
one
it.
gets a trailer now.
Fuck it.
Again, it's fully AI doing that. I don't think there's someone watching.
No one's sitting behind there going,
Oh, no way.
Yeah, it's all AI,
Gotcha.
which
I gotcha.
takes the fun out of yelling at anyone other than just YouTube into the ether. But you can also check us out over at Give Me Back My Action Movies on Facebook. Give Me Back My Horror Movies on Facebook. Both of us are on Instagram under those titles. You can also follow our Scream Queen Anna at Nerd at the Movies, where she bridges all the shows, the Barons Hideout, the Give Me Backs. A lot of cool stuff is happening over there. Pete with his Good Beer Bad Movie Night, he shows up on Instagram. I know I bust his balls every time, but it is about once a month. Pete, what's your next one? When it's
He's
September.
learning. He's learning to collaborate on posts.
I
y'all.
saw that. He actually
He invited us.
he
Did I?
reposted a story that had nothing to do with Good Beer. I was shocked. When I tell you my
Was I
jaw
drunk?
was on the floor, my jaw was on the floor because I'm scrolling through my stories and I went, son of a bitch, either Pete did it accidentally or he figured this shit out.
it's probably accidentally.
I guarantee you we tagged him in something and in the message it has that add to story button at the bottom and his thumb hit it And he's like, I don't know how to get out of this. Hit another button, which just
Just
uploaded
posted it, yeah.
And he's already over on Facebook or his library.com. I also forgot to mention that I lost my shit when they were on the computers typing in web addresses, and it's Nate.com at the end of every web address that they were putting on. I laughed my ass off.
I didn't notice that.
When she's doing the Facebook Messenger and then they're searching her Facebook, it's not Facebook, whatever the fuck it is over there. They type in the Korean, and then beside it is Nate.com. Even if you just go back and look at that, I was like, even though Nate's not here, he's still here in spirit.
He's here in spirit, yeah.
So yeah, please be checking us out over on all of our socials. And if you're listening on Spotify, you can comment on Spotify. You can rank us on Spotify. Go ahead, hit us on those 5 stars. Leave a comment. I think you can do it on Apple. I don't do anything Apple. I don't even know how to look at the comments on those. But if you are over there doing that, we appreciate you. And someone will see it eventually because we're an Android family over here. Yep. What are you doing with your lives? I don't know.
Agreed.
All right. Is that it? Anything else I need to tell everybody? Oh, I will say, please go check out Dissect That Film. B Action collaborated over there. We did Predator 2. And then we were also on Flicks and Friends where we covered Dread. Those episodes are both out. Both were a lot of fun to do. And you really should be listening to both those shows if you're listening to us. So that is it. We will see you next week with Ricky O, the story of Ricky.
Bye.
Bye.